Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about the key differences between active duty Marines and reserve Marines and which one is best for you today in 2023. Now, before we begin, I'm an active duty Marine. I'm a recruiter. I've been doing this for a long time, and I chose the active duty path for specific reasons. But for those who are considering joining the Marine Corps in 2023, you need to understand the differences between the two because there are key differences between the two. And you need to know which one fits best for you. So with that being said, let's find out. When it comes to active duty in the Marine Corps, that refers to full-time active duty Marines. That means you're a full-time employee, you get full-time salary, full-time benefits, etc. This is what we do day in and day out. So for instance, I am an active duty Marine. So my job Monday through Friday, 24 hours a day, is to be a Marine. I have a separate career, a separate job, or anything like that. Now, with being on active duty, I also get those full-time active duty pay, and I also get the full-time active duty benefits when it comes to medical, dental, tuition assistance, educational benefits, and whatnot. So essentially, this is all I do as my career when it comes to being an adult living in the real world. Active duty gives me that full-time benefit. Now, when it comes to that, guys, active duty Marines can be deployed at any time depending on your unit, depending on your MOS, a lot of different things for that matter. Now, when it comes to the reserve side of the house, reserves means part-time. That means you're a part-time Marine, which means you need to have a civilian career or something else lined up on the side to be able to support your living habits, because as a reservist in the Marine Corps, you cannot sustain living conditions by just getting your reserve pay. Because here's the thing, when you're a reservist, you only get paid when you work, meaning when you go to drill. They call it drill. So you're working as drill. You're not like drilling like left, right, left, like you would think in boot camp, marching and whatnot. But that is when you get paid. So on your drill weekend, because the reserves is part-time, right? It's 1 week in a month and 2 weeks in the summer. So when you're working or you're drilling, you're getting paid for that 1 weekend you work. So you work 3 days, but you get paid for 4, which is nice. But the rest of that month, you're not getting paid. So those, few $100s you're going to be making during your drill weekend is not enough to support your rent, your mortgage, your bills, etc. throughout the rest of the month. So keep that in mind. Now, with that, since you're working part-time, you're only going to get medical benefits when you're actually on orders or you're drilling for that weekend, and you're only going to get paid when you're drilling for that weekend, etc. Now, when it comes to the educational benefits on the reserve side, you're going to have the reserve GI Bill, which does not pay entirely for your college. It helps offset the cost of college, but by no means does it fully pay for your school. So just keep that in mind when you're considering the reserves, because yes, it will help you for school if you're in school right now or when they continue your education or anything like that, but it will not pay for it entirely. Now, the same thing comes for medical coverage. When you're on orders or you're drilling, you're going to be able to take advantage of that medical coverage, medical, dental, etc. But when you're not working, you're not going to get those benefits. So again, keep those in mind. Those are pretty big differences and important things you should consider when looking into a full-time career or a part-time career in the Marines. Now, when it comes to training, guys, a Marine is a Marine no matter what, active duty or a reservist. So that means we go to the exact same boot camp on either Paris Island, South Carolina, or MCRD, San Diego, California. MOS schools are the exact same. MCT, or Marine Combat Training, is the exact same. IMC, or Infantry Marine Course, is the exact same, guys. You're going to get the exact same training no matter what. The difference is when you're on active duty, you're working that job 24/7, for instance. When you're in the reservist, you're only working at that 1 week in a month and those 2 weeks of training in the summer. Now, if you're enjoying this video, guys, I really appreciate the support. Drop a like, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell as well so you get alerted anytime I drop a short or a long form video like this. And as always, guys, share the content because I love educating and inspiring other people just like you. And without your support, I can't grow this channel and help reach the lives of others. So I always appreciate the support, guys. Let's get back to the video. Talking about the 2 weeks in the summer. Throughout the year, active duty Marines such as myself, we do annual training, we do courses and classes and things like that we kind of plug in throughout the year as our commands see fit. Now, on the reserve side, when you work that 1 weekend, you're trying to crunch a lot of things into a small 4-day or 3-day weekend, so it's a lot to do in a little bit of time, whereas us, we can spread it out throughout the year because we're going to be here anyways. So those 2 weeks in the summer are dedicated to your annual training. For instance, your rifle qualifications, maybe swim qualifications, you'll be doing that during that time with your unit. And again, when you're on orders, which is anytime you're training, you're going to be getting paid at the same time. Now, here's a good thing and a kicker for the reservists out there or for those who are considering going the reserve route. You have the ultimate flexibility when it comes to doing your drill weekends, deploying, and things like that. Meaning if you're in school and you have finals coming up or whatever, and you're supposed to be drilling that weekend, but you're supposed to be studying for finals, you can talk to your chain of command and say, hey, I had this going on. Can I shift one of my drill weekends ahead of time and essentially front load it, or can I push it back? As long as you meet the yearly requirement of your drills at any time, you're good. If you're a delinquent, that's when it becomes a problem. If you want to work more, contact your chain of command, let them know, and they can work something out to allow you to work more, to not only get paid more, but get more experience and things like that. So again, keep that in mind. But here's a little gem that most people don't know when they're considering their reserves. There's something that's called ADOS orders, or active duty orders, that reservists can go on. It's ADOS, or active duty operational support. So for instance, I'm a recruiter right now, and we can always use assistance on recruiting duty. So if you're a reservist and you want to come assist the recruiting effort, you can go on orders for up to 6 months and come help us with recruiting wherever it is that we need. And throughout that entire time, you're getting paid an active duty salary. And the fun part is you're actually going to get probably paid more than a lot of the active duty Marines who are here, because they're paying you all the money you're not getting paid normally, such as your base pay, BAH, BAS, and additional money for that 6-month period up to 180 days. Now, the max is 180 days or 6 months, but you can do it in a few month increments. The point is, guys, if you go on these orders, you're going to make a lot more money, get a lot more experience when it comes to being a Marine, and ultimately decide if you want to go from the reserves to active duty at the end of the day. So that's a big difference on the reserve side. Now, going back to active duty, guys, this is what everyone thinks about when they enlist. I want to be a Marine full-time. I'm going to do my 4 or 5 years, depending on my contract length. Get out, go do something else, stay in. Active duty is full-time. Reservists are part-time, and those are some of the differences that the two share. And those are some of the similarities and differences between the two. So guys, when you're considering the Marines, or if a recruiter, here we go, if a recruiter reaches out to you and starts talking to you and you're in school, or if you have a separate career, or whatever the case is, guys, hear them out for a few minutes. Hear what they have to say, because I guarantee you're going to learn something you don't know right now that's going to benefit you going forward, that can ultimately help put you in a place that you want to be, that you don't even know exists right now. So for those considering the military and the Marine Corps specifically, hopefully that helps kind of paint a picture of what we can do for you, but better yet, what you can do as a Marine in the Marine Corps. So when you go sit down and talk to that recruiter and sit in that chair that's right here that I'm looking at, you're more armed, no questions to ask, to ultimately make the decision that's going to help best fit the lifestyle you're trying to live. At the end of the day, guys, each option offers a unique experience and perspective of the Marine Corps, but ultimately it boils down to what it is you're looking for and what you're trying to do in the military. So I hope that helps make things a little bit easier in your decision going forward. If you want to be a full-time college student, go reserves. If you already have a career and you want to serve your country, go reserves. If you have no plan and you want to have a full-time career and not to worry about anything else, go active duty, but ultimately be happy, make good decisions. Thank you for supporting the channel, guys.